I just got done doing the class that you are about to do, and I can say with full confidence that it is gonna have you primed and ready to get into your ballerina. So there's a few key pieces that we're really gonna be working on today to help you get into your ballerina. First one being your shoulder mobility. Ballerina takes a lot of shoulder mobility to be able to get that arm back, to be able to have the pec flexibility, the shoulder mobility to get that arm back and around. There's a lot of twisting that happens, so we're gonna be working a lot with like that spine mobility to twist. We're gonna be working a lot with that back leg flexibility to be able to grab that foot, have that flexibility here, and a little bit of back leg strength as well. So this is gonna be hips, arms, spine, everything that you need to be able to whack it up, get it up there. Yeah, so what you will need is a yoga mat. You're also gonna need a resistance band and yeah, just a sense of adventure to try out some spicy moves. They're definitely gonna be challenging, but they're gonna help you be able to get into this move. And this is why yoga is so awesome, because a lot of the poses and stretches that we do in yoga are really similar to things that we do on the pole. Pole is just like aerial yoga. So this is helping you get comfy with things down on the floor before you try them spinning up in the air. So enjoy, guys. All right, my friends, so I'm gonna have you grab a resistance band. If you don't have one, you can still do the class, but if you want to order one and then come back to the class, you're going to get so much more out of it. I have here a couple scrunchies tied to the ends of these, which we will be using for a couple moves in this class too. So if you want to take a second and do that. But we're going to start with kind of opening up some shoulder mobility, getting a lot of pec and shoulder mobility to get that arm behind the pole, reach back for that leg. So we're gonna start there, just coming onto the floor, and as we are moving our arms, I want you to make sure that you aren't compensating for a lack of, shoulder and pec flexibility by flaring your rib cage. So we're gonna be trying to keep our core and our rib cage pretty neutral. So I'm gonna try to be avoiding like splaying out my ribs or like doing a bunch of back movement here. I'm really gonna be trying to focus on isolating the arms. Your torso is gonna move a little bit, but I just want you to make sure that you're not like, coming here and starting to like dump through your back or anything like that. Yes, we wanna keep the core nice and tight, kind of keep the rib cage neutral. So we're gonna grab the band here, and I want you to find a place where you have like a good amount of resistance, and we're gonna start by just circling the arms. So I'm trying to keep that resistance in the band as I'm taking this big circle here. I'm trying to keep a little baby bend in my elbows, but I'm not here hyperextending. I'm also keeping my wrists nice and strong too, and not letting them like flop back. I'm trying to avoid doing anything like that through my arm, right? Keep everything nice and strong here. So feeling that resistance the whole way through, and then we'll go the other way a few times. Sitting up nice and tall for your spine. Beautiful. All right, so now we're going to take the band out. I want you to start by stretching it back, like trying to pull it open. You're gonna come forward, reach the arms up overhead, get them around here, and you're gonna let the band now stretch you back, right? So you're feeling that stretch of the arms coming back. Now from here, I want you to draw the elbows in together. Trying to get like a really nice like squeeze between them here. A little bit of like a cactus arm kind of thing, squeezing them back. Stretch them out, come up, and back, forward, up, back, elbows drop in, stretch it back, and up. So that's our flow, all right? So we're stretching out, bring it up. Really let yourself get that stretch back, but try not to let this happen, right? So it's really getting that stretch through the arms. Draw those elbows in together, like you're trying to squeeze them together behind your back. Straighten them back out, up, around, and stretch. Okay, so you're gonna feel a little bit of an arm workout too, but this is gonna get our shoulders nice and warm. So we're gonna do that 3 times. So forward, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down, stretch it back. Forward, up and around. Feel that stretch. Elbows in. Notice myself flaring my ribs out, so I'm gonna try to bring it back in. Stretch it back. Bring it up and around. Forward, that's 1. Pull it back. Up and over. Feel that stretch. Elbows in. Stretch it back. Up and around. That's 2. Last 1. Pull it back. And release. Up and around. Stretch it back. Really let that band pull those arms back. Elbows in. And back. Forward. And release. Good job. All right, so you can put that band aside. We're gonna come back to it in a second. I want you to hop up onto your feet. I'm gonna make my way up to the top of my mat for a little forward fold here. And start with a little sway, just relaxing through the back of the neck. I want you to shift your weight forward into your toes so you're not hanging back here in your heels, okay? In our forward folds, you always want to think shift forward and then really think like tailbone arching up to the sky. We don't want to be too rounded in our spine. Beautiful, let's arch up. We're gonna reach our arms up and take a big stretch back. So as we do this, I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, press my hips forward, squeezing my booty, lifting up and out of my low back. I'm gonna reach my arms up and then I'm gonna cactus arms down. So I'm drawing those elbows down, opening through the heart. Reach up, and I'm gonna flat back dive forward. I'm gonna not use my hands and really use that contraction power of my core to draw myself towards my shins, towards my knees. And then I'm gonna internally rotate my shoulders. So my arm is going like this. So I'm gonna try to reach my palms up and back, getting a nice like rotation through the shoulders. And then sweeping my arms forward as I reach up. Tuck the pelvis, squeeze the booty, reach back, cactus arms. Reaching arms forward, raising worthy, flat back, dive down to a forward fold. Use the core to draw you in, rotate those arms. Beautiful, unravel, coming up. Arch, cactus arms, opening up that heart, looking up towards the ceiling. Think of this as a lift up and back, like you're shining your heart up. Don't lock out in your knees. Reaching up and dive down as you reach forward. Rotate those arms up, no hands. Beautiful, release the hands down to the floor. Now stay in that forward fold. I'm gonna bend the right knee, straighten the left. Take that left arm open into a twist. Our ballerina takes a lot of twist. Being able to reach back through those arms. So I want you to really press on the floor, like lift up out of this shoulder. Don't just sag here, really lift and twist from the core. Beautiful, we're gonna take this hand behind the back and take this right hand under that right knee. See if you can unite the hands for a little bind. I'm really getting that twist, looking up towards the ceiling. Beautiful, let's take it into just a little fun balance play here. I'm gonna shift my weight over to my left foot, really squeezing my left booty, pulling my core in. See if I can come onto my right toe here for a little balance until getting that weight all the way over to the left foot. And then if you can, maybe you want to stand up. So keeping that bind. Keep that bind, rolling that left shoulder back, staying nice and open as much as you can just in the chest. Take a breath here. Finding our balance, find a point to gaze at on the wall or on the floor. And we're gonna lower back down the same way we came into it. Nice and controlled here. Beautiful. All right, let's release that bind. Bend both the legs for a chair pose, sweep the arms up. Beautiful. We're gonna twist now, hands together, over to the left knee. So I'm hooking my right elbow over the left knee. And what I'm making sure here is that I'm not like shifting my knees or hips. I'm trying to keep them both right here in line. So you might feel that you have to actively kind of bring that right knee forward. Keep your knees even. Squeeze the booty, put your weight into your heels. And then let's open those arms for that nice twist. And we're using that press to leverage a little bit more openness. Beautiful. I'm gonna place that right hand down right in front of my left foot. Staying open to that left shoulder, shifting my weight to that left foot again to lift the right leg up and extend it back before landing it softly into a lunge. Twisted lunge here. I'm gonna lift the arms up. Beautiful. So I'm trying to square off the hips, find a neutral pelvis, nice strong booty, twisting from the rib cage. Straighten that back leg. Shoulders down, tall spine, breathe. Left hand goes to the back of the right leg. Take an arch here. And cartwheel those hands to the floor, to the inside of the leg here. Now I'm gonna move into a nice deep lunge. So I usually don't drop this low, but we're gonna drop low. You can let your knee come forward, don't worry about that. Shine the heart forward. And then I'm going to straighten back to a pyramid pose. And diving back. Inhale, coming forward, nice deep lunge. Lifting through the heart. Exhale, pressing back. And a nice stretch here. Just be mindful to not hyperextend into this knee. Oh yeah, inhale, come forward. Exhale, press back. Nice deep stretch. One more time, this feels so good. Inhale forward, exhale back. Beautiful. All right, let's plant this right hand. Take a twist with the left arm reaching up here. So I'm trying to draw this left hip slightly back to get a better stretch, squaring off the hips. Lifting through the right arm again. I'm not like tweaking and collapsing here. It's a nice lift. Taking this twist, reaching up, lengthening out from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Lengthening through the arms. Exhale, now I'm gonna drop into a lunge. I'm gonna take this left elbow towards the right hand. Dropping it low, twist the other way. Inhale, open and straighten and twist. Lunge and elbow to the floor. Really feel that rotation through the spine. Ballerina requires a lot of spine twist mobility as well as shoulder and leg flexibility. Last time, nice straight legs, square off the hips. Draw that left hip back, right hip forward, twist and reach energy through the arms. Press that arm back. Exhale, drop. And you can drop the back knee as well here. So, now I'm gonna try and get this knee right over the ankle. Nice and stacked there. What I wanna make sure of is that I'm not gonna let this knee fall in. I'm not gonna roll in on my arch. I'm gonna keep it open. And now I'm gonna place that right the left hand really close to this leg here. So I'm pressing here, kind of pressing the outside of my arm to the inside of my knee. I'm really nice and close on this leg here. Now I'm gonna reach this right arm up. Ooh, get a nice inner thigh stretch with this left leg here. And then I'm gonna reach that right arm through and under, contract. 2 more times, reach up. And contract through. Last time, reach up. Beautiful. Now grabbing your band, you're gonna place one end of it under that left foot, hold the other end in your right hand, and I'm gonna have you stretch it open and relax. Stretch it open. So we're working that right arm to pull against the band, open it up. This is the same motion you're gonna use in your ballerina. And so release. We'll go for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, you can let that go. I'm gonna slightly pivot this right foot in so it's a little bit more turned out. And then reach over like a side angle with that knee on the floor, a little bit more rotated through this back knee here. And then I'm gonna start to straighten this left leg. So you might have to find a little bit more space between this left leg and the right knee. So basically I'm gonna straighten and stretch over. Thinking of bringing my hips to my heels. Ooh, nice side bend. And then I'm gonna shift forward. And back, woo, opening up. I'm really trying to rotate through the chest. And melt it back. Ooh, nice side bend. Yeah, guys, ooh, hopefully this feels as good for you as it does for me right now. I'm getting nice, really getting into that inner thigh. And I'm trying to stay open through that right side and not just collapse down. One more time, shifting forward. Reach and stretch. And shift it back and straighten. And now you can move more twisted to face the floor. Beautiful, let's come forward. Now we're gonna pivot into a tabletop here. So, I'm gonna get this band one more time. And here's what I'm gonna have you do, okay? We're gonna work some active flexibility here for both the arms and the legs. So, what we're gonna do is come onto a tabletop here. And I'm gonna have the band, what's my nose ring doing? You guys, you know the nose ring struggle when it just moves around? Okay, I'm gonna have the band under my left hand, kind of holding it down. And I'm gonna have it also in my right hand here. So I want you to practice just here, like, what is the length that you need to have that at too? Like, be able to reach, open and back, or to pull and extend. We're gonna be pulling with the elbow, to pull back, and straighten. So you wanna find that nice place where you'll have a good amount of resistance. Now, we're gonna lift the right leg up and back, because that is getting that back leg up for that ballerina. Takes a lot of lifting through that leg, a lot of booty strength. So I'm gonna have my weight on my left side through the knee and the hand. And you can slightly open up. It's gonna be impossible to do this and stay totally like parallel. I had to adjust my nose ring because it was literally stabbing me. But I'm gonna have you lifting this leg up. At the same time, we're gonna drop back and straighten. To drop back and straighten. So really good balance. Back, straighten, woo! Okay, trying to lift this leg up, keep it lifted, drop back, straighten, release with the arm, drop back, straighten, keep that back leg lifted, back, straighten, beautiful. Now we're just gonna do straight arms, so stretch it back, and try to look back at that arm and leg. Oh. Let's go. 3. Oh my God, trying to keep this leg lifted. 2. Woo. 1. Beautiful, let go of that band. Let's bend that leg, reach back for the inside of the foot. Stretch it up. Lifting out of that left shoulder. Lift and lengthen through the spine, through the heart. Stretch it back, little baby bend in that right elbow. And gently release it down. Whew, good job, now let's take downward dog. Relax through the neck. Walk it out through the legs. And we'll start to walk those legs up to the hands. Move that band aside, come into our forward fold here. Beautiful, we're gonna inhale. Arching up and back, cactus arms. Reach up, forward and dive. Contract in, no hands, use the core. Inhale, unravel. Reach up and back. Reach forward, dive, and contract. Beautiful, let's take it on the other side now. So I'm gonna bend the left leg, straighten the right. Place the left hand below my face. Twist towards the right. Finding your length here. Breathing into the belly. And let's take that bind. So I'm going to drape that right arm behind and see if I can reach the left arm through. Wrap around and grab here. Take a stretch over. And then I'm going to shift my weight over to my right leg. So I'm trying to start to lower my hips a little bit so I can lift my chest, engage my core. Start to shift that weight off the left leg until I can stand up. Taking this bind here. Binded balance, nice tall spine. Relax the shoulders as much as you can. Relax the jaw. And let's slowly lower back down. Beautiful. Planting the feet so that they're parallel, side by side. Inhale, unravel for a chair pose. So in chair, I'm trying to sink my weight back to my heels, like as if you could lift your toes off the floor, right? We want our weight that far back. Hands to heart, center, and then taking a twist, hooking that left elbow on the right knee, and making sure that your knees are equal, that you didn't like shift around, that they're like nice and in line here. From there, opening up the arms, squeezing the booty, still keeping the weight back. And then place this left hand on the floor, shift my weight to the right leg to lift that left leg up and back, staying twisted. Woo. And slowly lower, coming into our nice long lunge here. Chest lifts up, taking a moment to square out the hips, find a more neutral pelvis, and then straighten the leg. Twist, looking back behind you, shoulders relaxed, tall spine, breathe. Right hand reaches to the back of the left leg to stretch up and back. Nice strong back leg. Cartwheel the hands to the floor, bringing them to the inside of the right foot. We're gonna drop into a nice deep low lunge, trying to keep that back leg straight. Exhale, straighten both legs, dive forward. So I'm gonna reach my arms forward so I get this nice flat back here. Inhale, drop it low, open up through the heart. Exhale, push it back. Feels so good, come forward. Exhale back. Last time, rippling forwards. And press it back. keeping the legs straight, we're gonna come into a twist. Twisted pyramid here. Trying to draw this right hip back, left hip forward. Little baby micro bend in this right leg, and I'm really pressing into the floor with my toes, not just hanging back in my heel. Exhale, right elbow towards the left hand as you drop it into a lunge. Get that twist the other way. Open up, expand, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open. And drop. Beautiful, let's drop that back knee. I'm gonna bring my leg forward a little bit so I can stack my knee over my ankle. Plant that right hand here right next to my foot. I'm gonna open up here. So it's really important to feel that external rotation through this leg. I'm really trying to track the knee over the toes, trying to turn it out here and not like fall inwards. Open up. And I'm gonna reach it through the hole. Reach through the hole and contract. Inhale up. And open back. Exhale, contract. Inhale up. And contract. Beautiful, let's grab that band. I'm gonna place it underneath that right foot here. Grabbing the other end, I'm gonna stretch it open. And release. Stretch it open. And release. Stretch it. Release. Last time. Stretch it. And release. Letting that go, I'm gonna turn this back leg in here, so much more turned out. Reaching the nice side bend, and then I'm gonna straighten that leg. So straighten to push back. Oh my goodness. Yes, side bend. Ooh, inner thigh. Say hello, and come up and forward. Really opening up those hips. Stretch it back. Yes, and come forward. And last time, stretch it back. And this time, if you want to face more towards the floor, go for it. Breathe into the back of your body. Relax the shoulders, relax the jaw. Take this moment of rest. Beautiful. Coming up and back. Now we're going to turn into our tabletop here and work our power move here. So band is going to be under the right hand, and you want to test like what is that good resistance to go back, and then we're going to do the straight. Okay, this is a full body workout here. So shifting your weight to that right side, lifting the left leg up, trying to keep it really high. Finding the balance here, lifting up. So you can allow yourself to open a little bit. Obviously, we don't want to be to the side, but you don't have to be parallel either. It's kind of somewhere in between. So we first row it back and straighten, bend and release. Row it back, straighten, bend, release. Two more, back, straighten, release, row it back, straighten, release. Now just straight, trying to look back. Ah! This is so hard. Back, and release. Back. Why do I do this to myself? Release. Last time, back, and release. Try to get that leg up. Bend the leg, reach back for the inside of the foot. Press it up. So lift out of that right shoulder. Little baby bend through the left elbow. Beautiful. You can gently release. Let's plant the hands, take it back, downward dog. Good job, you guys. All right, let's lift this right leg up into the sky. Take a bend through the knee. Let's draw a big circle with the knee, opening up the hips. Keeping that rib cage in, plugging down through the fingertips of your whole hand, and stretch it up and back. Beautiful. Coming forward into your pigeon. Now we're going to move into a more gentle double stag here. So, both knees bent. You're going to bring that right hand behind me. Keeping on working these shoulders, going to open up. I'm going to thread this arm through this hole here, trying to slide all the way down my shoulder. And open back up. Slide it down, thread through the hole. Inhale, open. Beautiful, thread it through. Oh my God, get that shoulder as close to the floor as possible. And come up. Beautiful, let's drop down to our forearm here. I'm gonna tuck this back leg in, this back foot in, and I'm gonna circle the arm. As I reach it forward, I'm really gonna think about tucking the pelvis, so I can get a nice quad stretch here. So I'm tucking my chin to chest, forward. As I reach up and back, I'm arching. Forward, so I don't hit the door. Arching and reaching. And then tucking and rounding as I scoop forward in a nice quad stretch. Open up, reach. And scoop and round. And beautiful. Let's come on up. Grabbing the band now. You want to put one end of that scrunchie around the left ankle, okay? So we're going to leave that for now. We want to have it set up. We're going to move back into our pigeon here. So if your hips aren't totally on the ground, I encourage you to pause for a moment, go grab like a pillow or a bolster or maybe a folded up blanket to just fill in the gap, right? If you feel like there's space between your hips and the floor, find something to fill it in that you can rest into so you can really like drop into this, yeah? And if your hips are on the floor, great, just hang out here for a moment. We do a few ripples through the spine. Beautiful, we're gonna take our pigeon mobility lift. So, this is so good because, you know, the front hip in that ballerina is doing a lot. So having this like rotational mobility here and that strength is gonna be super important. So I'm gonna have you bring your arms out to the side. We're gonna drop down, nice flat back and as low as we can without relaxing totally. And then squeeze the booty, pull the core in, shoulders down and back, squeezing the back, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale. And now to activate your back, I like to think about like trying to squeeze two lemons in my armpits to like activate my lats and these back muscles here to help lift me up. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. Beautiful. Now grabbing this band here, we're gonna try and pull this leg up as though we were moving into a mermaid. So you can use this band as a way to, you know, if you can't quite grab for this leg yet, you can grab for the band, you know, try to pull it in as far as you can. And what we're gonna do here is grab the band, so you want it to be like this, where you're still mostly facing forward, and you're gonna reach up with that arm, being mindful to not, you know, hyperextend, like dropping back through the wrist or hyperextending through the elbow. But what we're gonna do is from this bend here, and one key thing actually before we go into it is that you wanna make sure that you're not too open. If you're like very open like this, it's not really gonna work. So that's why I'm gonna prefer you to be more with your hips facing forward, even if that means your hips are off the ground and you have to put a pillow or something underneath. But you want to feel like you're facing forward, the hips are more closed off here. So what we're going to do is you're going to straighten this leg back and let that pull you, your upper body, your arm into a little bit more of a bend with the resistance band. Bend it and straighten it back. And release. Straighten. And as I'm doing that, I'm still trying to think of lifting up and back. You can have your other hand really wherever feels good. Okay? Such a good exercise. Pulling it forward, pulling it back. Sort of like this toggle back and forth. Arm is pulling it forward. Ooh, getting that stretch. The leg pulls you back. 2 more. Pulling you forward. And pulling you back. Beautiful. Now, we're gonna bend this leg. Start to inch your way down that band. Maybe you don't even need it. Maybe you can reach for the inside of the foot here. But if you need the band to hold, like here, great, just do that and hold. So I'm trying to get a nice stretch through the arm here. This is definitely that shape we're taking in ballerina. This is just one of those examples where it's like, yeah, yoga poses stimulate a lot of the poses that we're doing up in the air on the pole. So it's important to get comfy in them down here on the floor so that you feel comfy in them up in the air when you're holding on by your skin. So I want you to breathe here. I want you to breathe into what may feel uncomfortable, what's bringing you to that edge of your mobility and flexibility, and embrace it. If you want, you can use that foot to kind of draw you back, and I'll leave it up to you to kind of feel like how much of this stretch do you want. Just keep a little baby bend in that left elbow. And then we're gonna come forward, and I want you to hug that foot in towards your booty. Squeeze it in. Beautiful, release that. Plant the hands, tuck the back toe. We're gonna send that right leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Squeeze it back. Maybe give it a little shake out. It's feeling kind of good. A little twerk, twerk, twerk. And then exhale, let me step that right leg forward in between your hands, okay? So nice and straight. We're gonna press off into our right leg in a moment here for a standing split balance. So we've still got that band attached to our left leg. We're gonna take our standing split here for a moment. Using that same contraction power, think of drawing that forehead in towards your shin for a moment. Beautiful, now I want you to bend that left knee, lifting up through the chest. I'm gonna walk my hands slightly forward now. I'm gonna reach back either for the band, if you're here, grab the band. Great. You're also more than welcome to put a block underneath this hand. That can really help. Or you're gonna reach for the foot. Oh yeah, this is more like our ballerina. So, taking a stretch here, check in through all your joints that you're not hyperextending through your knees, your elbows. Shift your weight a little bit more forward on that front leg. Lengthen through the spine, stretch it up. Find your breath. The breath is really going to be key in helping you, 1, balance, and 2, find comfort in this uncomfortable pose. Beautiful. Take one last breath here. And gently release it down. I'm going to cross that leg behind the right leg. So a little cross-legged forward fold and melt down. Beautiful. Let's uncross here. Take that band off the left leg. And we're gonna do it all on the other side. I'm gonna turn around so that you can see me, face you guys on this. We're taking our downward dog. Just walking it out for a moment, shaking the back of the head out. Take that left leg up, sweep it up, inhale. Go ahead and bend that knee before taking it in a big circle. We're just gonna open up the hip. Beautiful, stretch it up. And come forward onto the floor. And then moving into our double stag here. Good job, you guys. Let's take this right arm up and open. I'm gonna try to open across the heart. And I'm gonna thread that needle, sliding it underneath that left arm. We're gonna slide all the way to the floor. Oh yeah. Opening it up. And thread it through. Open it up. And slide it through. Last time. Really stretching out our back. And reverse. Beautiful. Bring that left forearm to the ground. We're gonna find that circle. I'm gonna bring that right foot a little bit closer to my booty so that I can really drop my hip down a little bit more and tuck my pelvis when I scoop that arm forward. I'm really going for a stretch through my quad here. I'm like rounding through the spine, chin to chest. And then as I reach up and back, I'm pressing into that left forearm to lift out the shoulder, arch it back, scoop it down, and up and back, and around, up and back. Beautiful. Let's come up and get this band around this right ankle now. Okay, we're gonna move into our pigeon with the right leg straight. So again, if you need to put a cushion or something underneath your hips, like just to sit on it, wherever that space is, so that you can be a little bit more parallel through the hips. Less here is gonna be better. And get a ripple through the spine a few times. That's feeling good. Beautiful. Hands off for our hovers here. Now you can go down. You don't have to go down all the way. Just go down to where you feel like, woo, I'm feeling that like active stretch. Like I'm working. And lift up. Inhale down, lengthen, contract up, squeeze those lemons, squeeze the booty cheeks. Trying to draw the shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Beautiful. All right, go ahead and grab that band to bend this foot in. All right, so we're first going to just take a moment here, get a little bit more comfy before finding the perfect place that we want to hold on that band that gives us that ability to like toggle back and forth with this leg, yeah? So we're gonna start by pressing that foot to the floor and letting that take us into a little bit of a back bend, not locking or dropping through the wrist. And then reaching that arm forward to stretch that foot closer to us. Back. And forwards. Back. And forwards. Whew. Two more. Stretch it back really straight through the leg. You're trying to press the top of the foot into the floor. Forward. And back. Beautiful. All right, so now we're gonna reach towards that foot. If this is where you're at, beautiful. If you don't need the band, you can grab that foot. Beautiful. Meet yourself where you're at, okay? You wanna find that place where you're like, that is a stretch for sure, but I can still breathe. I'm not like in pain. I'm not just straining through it. Relax the shoulders down, relax the jaw. And you can let that foot pull you back as far as feels good. Just make sure to not lock into that elbow. And trying to also lift up out of the spine. Like if you feel like you're just passively collapsing into your low back, don't do that. That's not helpful for this move. You do want to try and stay upright and feel that that arch is really happening more through like the upper spine. You're feeling that stretch through the pec. Beautiful. Release that. And we're going to plant the hands, tuck that back foot. Sweep that left leg up and back once more, three-legged dog. Before stepping it forward in between the hands. Beautiful. I'm going to kick that right leg up so I just step my weight onto that left foot. I'm going to be here for a standing split for a moment. So I'm trying to draw my head towards that leg. Energy through that back leg that is up. Pointing through the toe, straightening through the knee. Now I'm going to walk my hands forward a little bit. I'm going to lift through my chest now. Plant that left hand either on the floor or on a block. Bend that right knee to sweep that arm up and back, right? That's the motion that you're going to use in that ballerina, is that up, around, and back. Woo. This is why it's good to practice it. That up, around, and back to reach for the foot. Or for the band too. You can also reach for the band and do this if you can't reach the foot. Lengthening through the spine. And if you've got that foot, try pressing the foot into the hand to kind of stretch you up a little bit more. Making sure you're not locking or hyperextending through any of your joints. Find your breath. Find a place to focus on the floor to steady you. As you exhale, release that foot, crossing it behind the left leg in a little crossed forward fold. Beautiful. All right, let's take that band off the right leg. And I come down to the floor here, to the tabletop. I'm going to walk the hands forward to melt the heart down for a puppy pose here. Taking some deep breaths. And then I'm going to tuck the toes. Press up and walk it back in a little foot stretch here. It's feeling really nice. So we've got those toes tucked. Just gonna follow my instincts here. What's feeling good is to walk all the way back and to plant my feet, spreading my feet a little wider apart so my heels are on the mat, toes are off for a Lalasana here. Bringing my hands to heart, pressing my elbows into the knees, feeling that external rotation, kind of lifting up and out a little bit. Beautiful, hands down, face down, ass up, forward fold, and take a little sway here. Beautiful. All right, y'all, let's walk those hands forward, drop the knees once again, and shift onto your back for a second here. We're gonna take a cross, little Figure 4 here. Left foot over the right quad. I'm gonna pull that leg in. I'm starting to relax, getting towards the end of our practice here. And I'm gonna take a cross. I'm gonna bring this left sole of the foot over towards the right side of my body. I'm gonna hold on to my right knee so that my feet don't go sliding here. And mount my left shoulder to the floor. On your next inhale, bring those legs back up. And switch sides. Right leg crosses over, hands to the center, pull it in. And letting that right sole of the foot meet the floor, taking a twist. Inhale back to center. Beautiful. I'm gonna bring both my feet together, wrap my hands around, interlace, and just pull those feet and ankles towards my stomach here. Do a little rock side to side, little baby rock. And then let those feet come apart to open up into a happy baby. Beautiful. Release those feet to the floor. I'm going to do a little windshield wiper through the knees. Beautiful. I'm going to let my knees fall together. We did so much external rotation. I'm going to let them rest in a little internal rotation. We're just going to take 5 slow, intentional breaths here just to let the body settle, let it digest and integrate all that work we just did. Inhaling into the belly, letting the hands rise up and deflating the belly. Inhale 2. Release it slow. Inhale 3. Nice slow exhale. Inhale 4. Let it go. Inhale 5. Let it all the way out with a sigh. Beautiful. And start to wiggle. I don't want to let you rest too long because I want you to stay ready to maybe get on your pole and try out your ballerina and see how it feels now that we've opened up all these pathways, all these channels in the body to get that beautiful shape. So if you feel like hopping on your pole and giving it a try, go for it. Now would be the time. And if it goes well and you want to take a video and tag me on Instagram, or just send it to me. I would love to know like how this goes for you, how it feels. But thank you for joining me today, y'all. Great job. Please subscribe to the channel if you want more classes like this. You can follow me on Instagram. I've got all kinds of stuff. Dancer, wellness, training, flexibility, content, all the things. And yeah, I'll see you in the next class. Mwah!